Hello, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. We are live through our app. And for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Nicole Cheney, and I am a nutritionist who specializes in child nutrition. That is basically what all this app is I help moms reduce sugar in their households. So this app has all the sugar-free recipes, how to handle picky eaters with your kids. All that good stuff is in this app. Now, today's nutritional class is all about why dropping the perfect diet mindset. Well, that's why you should do it, basically. For one, there's no perfect diet out there, okay? There's no perfect diet. No perfect diet. There's no cookie cutter diet. So if one thing worked for someone, it may not work for you. There's no cookie cutter diet out there. It's all about living a healthy lifestyle. And this video is just going to be kind of like how you can kind of get rid of that mindset, just with some of the research that has come about restrictive eating and taking out food groups, okay? Especially if you're working with your child and you have nutritional needs for your child, you definitely should not be taking out any food groups, okay? All right. You can reduce the sugar in your child's lifestyle without taking away any food groups whatsoever, okay? It is possible no matter what they say out there, okay? So let's just say you are trying to live a healthier lifestyle, okay? You go on Google, right? And what you find on Google is a ton of information out there. A ton of information, and you don't know what's right, what's wrong. You see a ton of different people suggesting different kinds of diets and lifestyles, and you're just like a little bit overwhelmed with all the information, right? You see intermittent fasting, and some people are saying it's the best thing since like sliced bread, but then other people are like, whoa, don't do it. Don't skip breakfast because it will slow your metabolism down. Now, all that information out there is most people are basing it off of their own experience and a percentage of experience through testing, okay? Basically, what research has shown is when you take a food group out of your lifestyle, or you do restrictive eating in some way, so like restrictive time eating, or you take a food group out, those people who do that are more likely to gain the weight back, okay? And it's because they're not creating healthy habits, okay? That is the big one, is healthy habits. You want healthy habits in your lifestyle. You want to create that with your newfound lifestyle, okay? And to do that is making gradual baby steps, okay? And what I mean by gradual baby steps is 1 week you do something and you do it until it sticks, until you don't even have to think about doing it. Then you add something else, okay? Then you do those two things until you don't even have to think about it. It's like a muscle memory. And then you add something else. And that's how habits are created. You need to try something out, and you need to do it for longer than 21 days for it to become a habit, okay? So it might be slow and steady at first, but it's slow and steady wins the race. You're going to create these healthy habits, and it's going to last a lifetime. And that is what we are all about here on this channel, is lasting the whole, it's lasting the whole, your whole lifetime, okay? Now, here are just some suggestions that you can start doing to start living a healthier life without restriction, okay? And that is eat with color. Try and have as many colors on the rainbow as you possibly can in your food, in your salads, on your plate. So it could be, have your fish. You can have some rice, so that salmon, pink, fish, rice, okay? And then you can have like vegetables on the side. So you can have carrots, string beans, you can have zucchini, eggplant, whatever you want on the side, but all these different colors. Eat for colors. If it has a color, eat it, okay? Now, the next one you can do is actually go on Google. These aren't always like accurate. If you want an accurate one, I actually have a free ebook that you can grab. All you have to do is say macros in the comments here, and I'll send it off to you. And what you can do is actually figure out the macros for your personal body. That's another way that you can do, and then just eat within those macros. So you can eat whatever foods you want, any food groups that you want. If it fits in your macros, you're good to go, right? So like, I know a lot of these diets out there say take away bread and pastas and potatoes. Well, if it fits in your macros, eat it. A lot of them actually say take away corn and carrots, right? Well, if it fits in your macros, eat the corn and the carrots. Okay, they are healthy for you. They have nutrition in them. All right. So figure that out. So you eat within your macros. And when you figure out your macros, the most important thing that you're figuring out in your macros is your calorie intake, based off of your age, metabolic rate, and your activity level, like your height, weight, age, metabolic weight, rate, and your exercise level. Okay, so when you find that out and you actually realize that you may have been under eating for several years, okay, when you under eat, you actually slow your metabolism down. So finding out your macros is super important, and then you can just kind of like realize, oh, okay, I need to eat more or I need to eat less, and then you just get used to that, and then you don't have to track or anything. You just kind of like do like intuitive eating in that sense. You're just like, okay, and then you kind of like, when you figure out your macros and actually where your calorie intake is supposed to be, your metabolism starts kicking into where it's supposed to be, and you start figuring out your hunger cues, and you actually start eating within your hunger cues. So you know when you're actually hungry, you eat, or you know when you're not hungry, you're not going to eat, right? It's when you get into a mindset of I need to eat at this time, I have this time to eat, your body actually gives you hunger cues for the time. But if you actually start eating the way you're supposed to, with the amount of calories and the proper macronutrients, you actually start picking up on your hunger cues, and it's awesome. Okay, it's awesome to start doing that. Next thing you can try is balancing out your plate. So if you actually go on, well, yeah, majority of them are accurate on Google. I was going to say, if you Google like food and plate on Google and you go to images, it actually like breaks down what you should have on your plate, right? So like having a balanced portion sizes on your plate is amazing. So you should have, your protein like this size, and then like it's like 2/3 of your plate should be vegetables. Okay. A lot of people don't eat 2/3 of their plate being vegetables when they have meat, right? So definitely go and look that up. And if you need help just trying to figure out what you should kind of put on your plate, like how much proteins, how much fat, how much carbs, which is all your vegetables, like how much of everything you should have on there, just let me know in the comments below, and I can help you out in any with how I can send you what you should put on your plate and whatnot. It's kind of like roughly the sizes and everything like that. I know on Google they do have a good hand one where they kind of break your hand down of how sizes and portions that your food should be. So that's really good. So the next thing again is, I just mentioned that earlier, is intuitive eating. Intuitive eating is actually amazing. That's just kind of how we eat in this house, is intuitive eating. So if you're hungry, you eat. If you're not, you don't eat. It's not a certain time frame. We just kind of we just pick up on our hunger cues and just eat. And it's being mindful of what you're putting into your body. So being mindful that you should have a certain amount of vegetables and fruit. And I'm mindful of that because it's how I feel during the day. It makes me feel good during the day if I have a certain amount of vegetables, amount of fruit, everything kind of works good in my body. So I know that amount makes me feel good, and that's intuitive eating. So I know I don't ever eat less vegetables than that, or less fruit than that, or less fiber than that. It's just intuitive eating, just knowing roughly how much your body needs to kind of function properly and feel good, right? So what you should take away from this video is ditch the diet mindset, okay? You don't need it. There's no diet out there that fits everyone. Everybody is different, and everybody is different. And every metabolism is different, and there's stuff that could be going on in someone else's body that isn't necessarily going on in your body, right? So everything is different. So a cookie cutter fad diet is not always the answer, right? It's always, let's just eat a healthier lifestyle and be mindful of what we're putting into our bodies. So here's just kind of like how you can start switching your mentality of, oh, I need to take this out of my diet, or I need to eat less calories, or I need to start intermittent fasting. Kind of get you away from those mindsets of healthy, because that's not necessarily a healthy mindset with looking into those fat things, right? So one thing that you can adapt into your healthy eating mentality is color on your plate. Get lots of color in your plate and in your diet. Eat enough calories. Google, figure out your macros. Google it, or if you need help with that, just put macros in the comments. I'll send you an ebook that literally takes you step by step on how to calculate your macros for your body. Balance your plate, so portion size it, not necessary portion size, but what you should actually be eating on your plate in mealtime for females and for males, because females need different nutrients than males, which a lot of the fad diets out there, if you didn't know, are created by males, so they don't always work for females. Okay, so if you need help with that, just let me know. Intuitive eating, that's just like, that's where we want to get you to, is intuitive eating. That mindset of, okay, am I hungry? Yes, I am hungry. I'm going to eat this, but being mindful of what you're putting into your body. So like knowing, going, okay, if I eat this amount of certain kind of food, I'm going to feel great. If I eat too much of this food, I'm not going to feel so good. But that doesn't mean you can't have that food. It's just my body doesn't function at its optimum level with that, a lot of that in my diet, right? So intuitive eating is kind of like where we want you to go to in your healthy lifestyle. But that is our video for today. It's all about getting that perfect diet mindset just out of your head, because there is no perfect diet. There is no perfect healthy life like journey. Okay, there's ups and downs. You're gonna have a bad day. You're gonna have fantastic days. It's a journey. So getting that perfect and getting the guilt out of you is we just want it gone. We just want it gone, because when you slip up, you just don't want to be so guilt ridden and so far gone that you don't get back on, right? You don't get back onto the healthy diet. That's not what we want. All right, so that's our video for today. If you are, I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.